Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live pitch event, which is being run by the University of Essex as part of its Space to Grow programme, introducing Angels Essex, an investment equity fund that we are delivering on behalf of the Essex community. Today we have a panel consisting of senior members from the university and entrepreneurs in residence. Myself, John Stenhouse, I'm chairing today's panel, and we have Robert Singh, Director, Phil O'Donovan, who is an external investor and an independent panelist. We have Elizabeth Guyar-Brown, who is the project manager, and Andy Mew, who's the head of the startup program at the University of Essex. We have 4 pitches, live pitches today, and we have also in attendance 2 entrepreneurs in residence, William Miller and Nitin Patel, who have been working with the candidates and helping them with their pitch decks and helping them raise the finance they're looking for. Today we have funding available, which we would like to invest in these businesses, subject to suitable pitching, and it is a competition. So there can be more than one winner. We hope there are no losers, but please be assured that we are being fair in our evaluation of your pitches. It's an equal marketplace here. The order of the pitches are going to be Emma Johnson with Bidnstay, followed by Don Dawali with Conigital, with Pallav and Dushyant Sethia for Citispotter, and Elliot Wood and Oliver Bourne for Whisper. You have 7 minutes to pitch, followed by 5 minutes of questioning. And there may be some additional questioning at the end, but we will see how that goes. But please stay on for the entire hour of this event. Following this event, we will ask you to leave, and the panel will then go into private discussion to discuss the eligibility of each of your applications. So please do your best. This is being recorded and will be made available. And we look forward to congratulating some winners today. So without further ado, I would like Emma Johnson to, I better say, please keep your microphones muted and your video cameras running for the entire hour. But in the meantime, Emma, would you like to release your microphone? Thank you. And share your screen and deliver your pitch, please. You have 7 minutes starting from now.
Hi, I'm Emma and I'm the founder of Bidnstay. We're raising the investment for the development of a simple, fun, fast piece of auction or bespoke auction technology for the hospitality industry to sell unsold places to stay. I guess you could say we're where Airbnb meets eBay. So I just wanted to give you an insight into the industry problem. There's excess stock on the market since the introduction of Airbnb, who made it really easy to rent a place to stay. Agents are having to slash prices because guests are booking later due to technology and more flexible working hours. So an average self-catered property rents for about 60% of the year, leaving it unoccupied for about 40%. We're entering into quite a difficult pricing phase following the COVID-19 outbreak, and we are seeing an increase in cancellations. This is due to localised area restrictions, the inability to travel with any symptoms, and guest number restrictions. There has been no time like now to launch this. So what is our market position and who's our competition? We've got the OTAs, which are the online travel agents such as Booking.com, HomeAway and Airbnb. Airbnb is worth around $38 billion. It's got about 4 million places to stay. We've then got the booking channels, which sit on owner websites. The trouble is the owner websites have to be found. And then we've got the auction facilities, which really is eBay. But you don't go on eBay to book a holiday. You go on there to buy a product. Our closest competition, I would say, is Snaptrip. They sell what they call distressed inventory from agents by heavily discounting unsold stock. So what's our solution? We're looking at a phased approach to do this. We want to create a white label plugin piece of auction technology, which will be able to sit on owner and agent websites to enable them to operate the auction facility from their own sites. We then want to use anything that's going through our technology on our own auction platform, so people will be able to scroll through and be inspired by a place to stay and a great deal. In the future, we would like to create some direct booking technology to enable direct booking between guests and owners. And while we've always got in our mind that this needs to be a website, we also know that it would make a great app in time. So I just wanted to take a deeper dive into the auction technology and how that will work. It is quite unique in that the owner sets a minimum silent reserve, and then a potential guest comes along and they have 3 opportunities in a 24-hour period to beat that silent reserve. If they beat it, they pay and they've won the accommodation. We're gamifying that booking process. Bidnstay get about 8% and the listing owner would get 92%. So how do we capture the market share? It's a hugely competitive marketplace. So we've already linked with a company called Yonder.com. They're a Californian-based rental booking platform, and they're looking to be global over the coming months. They're expanding rapidly, and that sends us onto a global platform very quickly. We've already spoken to a few UK agents who are really keen to use this technology. We have over 1,000 followers on social media and a database of about 150 holiday cottage owners who have expressed an interest in also using this. We're also considering driving traffic through partner sites, and this could potentially be a franchise opportunity in the future. These would cater for niche experience markets, such as cycling, hiking, and golfing. We have the domains Cycle and Stay, Hike and Stay, and Golf and Stay. So how do we protect ourselves and what are our values? We've got the trademark in the UK already. We've got the patent pending. And we're also looking to become a B Corp. We want to be as inclusive and sustainable as possible in the way that we operate and encourage travel. So who is our lead team? We've got myself, Emma Johnson, the founder, and currently owner of 100% of the business. I have 10 years of experience in the accommodation sector. I was involved in the farm development into 8 different holiday properties on the farm. In more recent years, I've been a business development manager and consultant for one of the largest UK letting agencies. I'm lucky enough to have Bill Lee as our strategy officer. He's based in California and is the CEO of Yonder.com, so a great link. He's been involved in some really hard-hitting businesses which have grown dramatically. We want to keep the technology as in-house as possible, and I'd like to keep this UK and preferably locally based. I'd really like to link up with the university to bring on students into the business. We've got Lars and Rob who would like to lead the tech team. We've also got advisors in Mike with 30 years of experience in accountancy. We've got Nick West with over a decade of experience in building accommodation software and calendar syncing technology, and Andy Woodward from UK Quality and Tourism. So we value the business at 500,000 pre-money, and this has been agreed with a potential lead investor who's looking to put in 20,000. We want to raise 100,000 to get the MVP built. We have the SEIS, so we've got the advanced assurance through, and could potentially raise up to 150, but we would like to try and just get this built on 100 and get trading. We plan to be self-funding after the raise with a projected break-even in September 2021. We want to be a rapid growth business with a trade sale in 3 to 5 years. The majority of our investment will obviously be going into the development of this project. And that's it. That's Bidnstay. We make booking a holiday even more fun than it already is. Have you got any questions? Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much indeed, Emma. If you'd like to just hold on for a few minutes and we'll see if there's any questions arising from the panel. Have we got any questions, panel? Please, Phil, would you like to go ahead? Unmute your microphone.
Thank you. I think, Emma, that was an excellent pitch. You got an awful lot of information into a short space of time, and it came across very well. My only question, because I can see that you're on a an excellent trajectory is don't necessarily think about exit. You know, if you're doing very well, if the company's growing, if it's profitable, why would you want to exit at a smaller amount of money when you could stay on a bit longer and create a company worth an awful lot more?
Absolutely, I'd love to. I think it would be a great company to be working in, and the franchise opportunities, I think, build us into the future as well. So I've kind of thought into the future, but if there's a good opportunity for a trade sale, then it wouldn't be ruled out, that's for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the panelists?
I had one, just a clarification. So that was I agree, really good presentation. I was just to comment that all the design in your mock-ups looks really nice and clean. In terms of the software, is that all still to be developed, or do you have any kind of early kind of prototype beta?
So we've started actually wireframing it, and we've had a tech spec built by PropSync. So we've got a fair idea of how this needs to be built, but the build hasn't started yet. We've just got all the advice behind it to be able to start building it. And we would like to keep all of that in-house. And in an ideal world, I would like to work with the university to bring on, work with the technology side, bring on people from the uni.
We can talk about KTPs later.
Okay, cool.
I was wondering if I could come in with a question. You mentioned that you'd spoken to property owners. So I suppose there's two aspects. One is, what does kind of the market research tell you in terms of, we know about how unoccupied they are, but what do you think the level of interest across the tourism industry is? And then a follow-up question is, how do we guarantee, or how would you guarantee, sorry, that people are actually receiving discounted accommodation when the reserves could be set to the normal price anyway? So how do you mitigate that from the property owners?
It absolutely has to be a lower price, obviously, otherwise people would just go onto the website and book it, I guess. So it has to be a discounted price. And I think the whole process of this is to gamify that booking process as well. It makes it fun. And the guest comes away knowing that they've put in a price that they're happy with. If it's been accepted, they're happy that they've got a great deal. And it's also that psychological thing of feeling like you've won the accommodation, which people really like. I go onto eBay and buy things and I say, oh, I won this hairdryer. I haven't won it, I've actually paid for it. But it is that psychological thing. Certainly level of interest. I have not had any objections to this at all. And I've spoken to both owners who just say, why is this not available? This would be a great piece of technology to use. And agents who have just said, yeah, we want to be on board with this. We would be happy for you to use us as a pilot platform. And that's both in the UK and obviously with Yonder as well. So a huge level of interest. I just need the technology to send it to market now. And I just want to see it being used.
If I've got time for one more question, could just excuse my ignorance in terms of the commission, the 8% that you take, is that an industry standard? Is it above or below? How do you come across in that area?
Yeah, so I've sort of said 8, and we're talking about 8 to 10%, to be honest. I think 8% would be absolutely fine. We just need to sort out the credit card fees, and if we're putting credit card fees on, we may well do it at 10% inclusive of the credit card fees. Industry standard for most agents will take around 20%, so it's half that, but that does give us the ability to work with the agents because they will still make their bid on top of that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further questions, I will say, Emma, thank you very much indeed. Please mute your microphone and hold on for the rest of the presentations. Due to technical difficulties, Don has left us temporarily, so I'm going to ask Pallav and Dushyant to go ahead with Citispotter. Thank you very much for unmuting your microphone, and Pallav, would you now like to share your screen and do your pitch? Thank you.
Perfect.
Please
Hi everyone,
proceed.
my name is Pallav Sethia. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Citispotter Limited. We are developing AI-enabled tools and technologies to help content creators to create emotionally engaging and safer content to grow their brand. right now the brands are with increasing demand for engaging their customers on a daily basis. Brands are facing a lot of problem in terms of creating an engaging and safer content in the online world right now on all the social channels. Enterprises lose up to 90% of their customers because of the poorly written content on their websites, emails, and marketing collaterals. They end up outsourcing this content to third parties who charge a huge sum of money to create engaging content. At Citispotter, the mission is to help marketers create engaging content by helping them predict the emotional content quotient of their content, and then give recommendations based on those identified signals to help them create better content in the so that it can create more emotional impact as well as be credible and safer for the readers. This helps companies and content creators build a great rapport with their customers and acquire the lost customer base, improve ROI on their marketing expenditures. With Citispotter, we are building a plug and play type of intuitive writing editors to predict emotional engagement and safety component of any written content and give smart recommendations based on those identified signals to make the content more engaging, safer, and credible. Citispotter as a tool helps enterprise and content creators to create emotionally impactful and credible content with credible language and ensure the safety of the content so that it doesn't hurt the emotions or sentiment of any particular group of the society, unintentionally, of course, but the problem still exists there. So I'll just like to show you a demonstration of the product itself. Can you see the screen? I'm just going to play a video. Hello, this is a demonstration video for Citispotter's content analysis tool for online content creators and marketers. The online content creators and marketers can use this tool to better understand their content and what sort of signals they are sending out by the means of their content. Here we are going to copy the headline and the article text from a BBC article recently published so that we can analyze it over our various signals. After I click on the analysis button or the analyze button, sorry, the text is the content is sent to our API server, which then is analyzed in real time, and the scores are generated for individual signals. Here you can see the content is analyzed on various signals like sentiment, clickbait, hate, emotions, stance, among other signals. This tool gives the ability to the content creators and marketers to control and optimize the signal they are sending through their content. So we are currently at TRL level 4 and with an industry-ready prototype and are doing pilots with the industry right now. We plan to make money by selling a subscription to B2B customers and as an yearly subscription as a SaaS-based product. There is a huge gap in the market, content analysis market. Our competitors are offering spam detection, grammar detection, and basic sentiment analysis technologies, right? What we are offering is unique in the way we present our analysis as integrated content analysis to highlight content's emotional quotient, credibility, and safety potential. We offer the integrated content analysis. We let the content creator improve the content's emotional impact for their readership. The language, so it becomes more credible, and also at the same time ensure that it has all the safety safety tick box checked. Market opportunity is huge. Deep tech for content market is currently worth $239 billion worldwide. Our products and services are suited for customers from all over the globe. We plan to enter the market by offering our services to B2B clientele in the digital media segment, We'll start from UK and then Europe and then go global. We are currently executing one pilot with a German sales and marketing company and discussing pilots with other industry players. We are currently testing our alpha with our closed groups and pilots and plan to launch the beta in next 3 months. We hope to gain commercial traction by the end of, within next 6 to 12 months. We have done multiple case studies till now to demonstrate how our technology works and the efficiency of the technology. We have been through multiple competitions, have won many awards, many competitions, recognition. We have been recognized as one of the 21 to watch companies, shortlisted company to watch for the future. We are supported by a strong network of accelerators and government departments to connect us to the right people in the ecosystem. We have been covered by many national and international media. As an AI startup, we are aware of the ethical compliance and GDPR laws. We are working very hard to comply by the AI ethics framework released by Digital Catapult, and we are fully aware of the GDPR compliance, and we have talked with many lawyers so that we ensure that we comply by the GDPR laws. We are currently a team of 5. Me and Dushyant both come from strong technical and entrepreneurial backgrounds. I'm a computer science engineer and a recent graduate in entrepreneurship and management from Cranfield University. Dushyant is a certified data scientist from IIM Indore, and he is a graduate in entrepreneurship from Cambridge University. Before that, he also done his degree from Leeds University. We are accompanied by 2 brilliant data scientists and a cloud engineer in our team. We are very fortunate to have an esteemed panel of advisors. Dr. Shai Vyakaranam, he sits on many growth-based startups board and has deep experience in how the early startups develop. Dr. Uday Fatke, he comes from the media industry and has deep experience and connections in the UK media industry. We are raising 300K as in this pre-seed round. We plan to utilize these funds to develop a commercially ready product so that these funds will take care of our for our operations for next 12 months. We plan to get ready with a fully commercializable and scalable product in the market in next 12 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pallav and Dushyant. Are there any questions from the panel? Phil, please go ahead.
Thank you, guys. Very good presentation. And there's clearly a lot of potential here. Two questions. One, a very, very brief one. Why? And I've come across you before, of course, but why the name Citispotter?
So it started with the citizen journalism platform. So basically, citizens spotting various news. So the participation of the citizens in the news and the environment. That was the idea. The name remained, but the idea, the approach changed.
Yeah, it's like I guess a frog in hot water. You know, there might be a time to change the name, but the further you go on, the less reason there is to do it, and the more confusing it would be to potential customers. But anyway, there are clearly some big players in the marketplace, Facebook, other social media companies who could dearly use this and should use it. I just wonder how much interaction you've had with them in terms of comparing what you have to offer with the other people in the product comparison matrix.
Yes, definitely. So the current there is a huge gap in the current offerings in the industry. So nobody is doing the emotional impact analysis, and what we are doing is totally unique in terms of integrated content analysis. So we are giving 3 components: emotional quotient, credibility, and content safety, which is not done by anyone. Our major competition, if you must want to say, would be Grammarly's type of product, but they are only focused right now on the grammar. and it will take them a lot of effort to come into this segment and a lot of time as well. And we have developed our technologies specifically for these signals.
But the big users like Facebook, they know an awful lot about this, and there's a lot they do that they're not talking about. It's dangerous, of course, interacting with people like that, but have you had any dialogue with them?
Yes, so an accelerator called disruptors.ai, we are part of it, and we have been mentored by the head of Alexa, European head of Alexa, and we have had a chat with him. And he agrees that we have a solution which is not being thought about by these giants, because these giants are working on developing internal technologies first of all, and even if they want to go into the market, they will develop a generalized technology, which basically means giving out a boilerplate type of solution. The current solutions also provided by these guys, the APIs, sentiment analysis APIs, and all those things are very basic, and they don't even have accuracy levels more than 70%. So these are their approach is more providing more generalized, more scalable solution rather than a specialized solution, what we are currently doing. So we can we are a very good prospect for them if they want to come and buy us rather than developing this type of technology themselves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? We've got 1 minute. No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much indeed, Pallav and Dushyant.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much for your presentation. You can stop sharing your screen now. I can put it back. Okay, thank you. So, Elliot and Oliver, you're up next. Slightly different schedule, but this is Plan B. I will now allow you to share your screen, and please go ahead. You have 7 minutes.
Right. Hi, I'm Elliot. And I'm Ollie. And we're the co-founders of WSYPR. Our purpose is simple. We allow anyone to become an influencer and to get paid to advertise on social media. WSYPR is a service that is disrupting influence, allowing brands to use their natural advocators to promote products or services. Ultimately, this creates the most authentic influence possible. The average time spent on social media a day is now a staggering 3 hours. To put that into perspective, that's one whole Lord of the Rings film or 10,800 scrolls, taps, and swipes of your phone. So it's no wonder the influencer has become the preferred method for brands to try and form a connection with their consumers.
However, there is a major problem. They're not natural. Influencers have to work hard to fake friendships and gain that sense of connection. And once they do, they often violate the connection by shilling products that they wouldn't use themselves. As a result, consumers are no longer pressing like, and the average engagement in brands' influencer campaigns are decreasing year on year. With brands favoring engagement as their measurement of ROI, we're left with a highly inauthentic service that's resulting in more spending for brands for worse results. And for brands that run campaigns in-house, just finding influencers become the largest, most time-consuming problem. The limited supply of influencers mean there is simply nowhere else to turn. Or is there? The biggest problem lies with the concept of the influencer. Why bother to fake a friendship? We have friends, people we know, love, and trust. So why not use them instead?
We call this friendvertising. We use the influence of the regular person and pay them to post on social media, spread the word about brands that they already use and love. And our ownership model means that users already own the product or they're willing to buy it. And this is why brands love us so much. No more freebies, no more giveaways. Brands can de-risk their campaigns in knowledge that a good portion of the money that they spend is going straight back to them, creating a circular economy. But the final result is the best one, the most authentic marketing possible, real consumers with real friends. And supply is plentiful as they make up most of Instagram. And on average, they have over 3 times the engagement rate of an influencer. So instead of someone speaking down to you, you're influenced by the people around you. The digital
is the leading measurement of ROI in the industry. So we establish with the brand what their target is for the campaign. And using our proprietary algorithm, we invite and pay regular people to go out and promote and post on their social media. We take a 50% gross profit margin on each campaign, and we can still guarantee market price for the brand and pay a fair rate to our user.
Now, why hasn't this been done before? Well, put simply, only recent advancement in technology allow for this, alongside the vision of a couple of cheeky chappies. And our 2-part bespoke software isn't off-the-shelf stuff. We've designed this system with specific purpose and function. It's totally unique. Our internal dashboard allows us to invite, pay, and track data points from thousands of users, all whilst our iOS app allows us to give job invites directly to the user's pocket.
Now, influencer marketing is big money and it's only set to grow. With the industry growing with a compound annual growth rate of 32%, we're not only privy to taking the current serviceable market by storm, but we have the ability to grow with an emerging industry. A fresh alternative that produces better results with higher engagement and guaranteed pricing. It's not just what the market needs, it's what the market wants.
We're doing this by targeting fashion and fast-moving consumer goods brands. We have a comprehensive breakdown of over 600 case studies performed by our competitors. And this is all competitors' case studies that we know we can outperform. It's just a matter of checking them off the list with inbound and outbound sales and marketing. And whilst we're still invite only for our users, we'll be implementing growth hacking methods such as referrals to rapidly scale our user base and open our app to all.
Now, within this market, Whisper currently operates with a first mover advantage for service-driven friend-advertising. Post-seed raise, we intend to develop our software into client-facing platform and a marketplace, which will allow brands to have autonomous control over every campaign. Alongside our full-service offering, we intend to open the platform with a subscription model for the brands who know what they want and prefer to have a more hands-on approach in order to save time and money. Once this is up, we won't just dominate the service side, but we'll dominate the platform side as well. All we need is a leg up.
And we're well equipped to oversee this next period of growth at Whisper. Ollie and I have been best friends for 5 years and draw experiences from similar backgrounds, such as our time at TransPerfect, project management and client services, respectively. TransPerfect, being $1 billion company, is where we drew much of our framework and inspiration for the business model and structure, as it utilizes many individuals to complete translations. We just applied this to a new industry. And as alumni of Essex, we draw largely upon our academic experiences and our dissertations. Ollie achieved a first-class dissertation and degree mark for his work on brand cults and online communities. And I presented a first-class dissertation on authentic influencing and experiential marketing. It's almost as if we had something planned. And we still use many of the tools learned at Essex in our daily processes, so thank you. And Ken, our FD, also has some pretty smashing experience at Fitch and Match.com as well.
As you can see, we've been through quite the journey, but what you can't see is the blood, sweat, tears, rice, and ramen that's built the foundations over the last year, as we managed to bootstrap Whisper and supplement our development by winning innovation competitions. We're happy to say thanks to the initial UEZ funding we received earlier this year, we celebrated the launch of our internal software and our iOS app in late July, which has been met with great reception and has been the cornerstone of what has allowed us to achieve such great things in just our first few months of trading.
In just a couple of months, we've managed to land some pretty impressive clients, all with repeat custom. And of course, our client reports contain a tremendous amount of information. Let's go over the highlights. As you can see, the average engagement rate for an influencer marketing campaign is between 1% and 2%. But last month alone, we achieved a staggering 33%. This isn't just a bit higher, this is orders of magnitude higher. So if you're looking for an unfair advantage, you've found it.
We are currently engaging in our pre-seed round, where we aim to achieve 300,000 funding. This is mostly going to be used to grow our team and scale to the UK market. Although we just started, we've been met with great response from VCs thus far. This funding round will allow us to onboard much needed talent with the major focus on hiring individuals that can take the majority of the campaign tasks off our hands so we can focus on what good founders should, business development of our company. As you can see, almost 50% will be used to hire project coordinators, a small sales team along with a marketing manager to grow Whisper into a recognizable company that can handle the demands of the biggest clients.
As you're aware, we've requested £30,000 from you on this occasion. And this is the smallest amount we believe will have an immediate and profound impact on Whisper, as it will allow us to build our Android app and provide many more individuals with another source of income at a time when they need it most. However, £100,000 would do a tremendous amount more. Providing us with this amount will guarantee that this talent comes from the excellent pool of graduates and interns at Essex University. This will not only provide us with the much needed help to grow Whisper to meet the UK market, but it's also an excellent opportunity for the best of Essex and to allow them to grow and flourish in an Essex-born startup. Of course, receiving the entire £150,000 worth of support is a manner that will boost our appeal to investors in such a phenomenal way. Subsequently, Whisper will stand as a champion of innovation, birthed and connected to the University of Essex. It'll show what can come from our plucky university.
Thank you very much for listening. We invite any questions.
Thank you very much indeed, guys. Panel, are there any questions? Yes, Rob, please go ahead.
First of all, can I check my understanding? So actually, if people, thank you for your presentation, by the way, really clear. If people want to use get involved, so if I want to make money by promoting things to my friends, essentially, that's via the app, but then does that distribute information through other platforms I might use, like Facebook or Instagram, if I had an account?
Yeah, so we work predominantly on Instagram right now. How it works is you'll receive a job invite through the Whisper app on your iPhone. It gives you the job offer and what you have to do. You go back onto Instagram and make the post as the instructions relay. We're connected through the Instagram API, so we can pull the information direct from there. So we keep real track about how the performance of each individual is going. On our dashboard, it collates all that information and presents us with a report. And then you get paid via PayPal, simple as that.
Okay, that makes sense. Really good. So how do you reach all these kind of people with friends then? What's your marketing strategy there? Because actually, it could be quite a crowded market.
Yeah, sure. So there's only other one kind of competitor that's offering this to the average everyday person. They're called Manifest. And they basically give you a filter to put over a selfie, and it's really inauthentic, and you get paid for tuppence. But what we do is we currently hunt. So we're going out, we're finding the right individuals for the clients that we're working with. And this is because we're only iOS at the moment, so we don't want to go for a wide berth of marketing, because we know that half the people that we approach won't be able to get a good offering from us. So that's why this £30,000 will help, because it means we can develop the other half of the user side, which is the Android app. And once we're done with that tech development, we can move on to more of a farming scenario. So we're looking at more targeted ads, more PR pieces, more guerrilla marketing, and also referrals. Referrals will play a big part. Word of mouth has led to a good growth from our initial user base. But we've made sure that it's controllable and organic in the first place, essentially.
Thank you. Are there any further questions?
Yeah, I'll come in if that's okay, John. Okay, guys. So you also went through the Santander University's program through them. So recognizing you got business support through that. Where else are you drawing on that support and advice? Recognizing you've got obviously someone with great experience as the FD. Where else are you getting this guidance from to actually sort of be that neutrality and give you that sounding board?
So we've got a few different ones. We just recently took on a mentor. She basically was a huge developer of strategic account solutions at TransPerfect. So they were the first department that basically took on all the big clients and scaled them up. She grew a team from essentially 5 people to 60 in the space of 2 years. So she's got great experience in building culture, building teams, all the problems that are normal kind of startup faces when they're scaling. So that's where we get a lot of our soundboard for kind of internal business and how we're working there. Technology-wise, I'll let Ollie take that one over.
Well, another great member of our advisory board is what he calls himself a self-proclaimed Sherpa of VCs and funding. He currently works as an analyst for a Series A VC called Open Ocean, and he's really keen to get us to that stage. So he's helping us navigate the pre-seed stage that we're at now. He's really keen, and he loves what we're doing. So he's helping us build up the hype, helping us build up the communications with other VCs. We also have Ken, our FD. He's as established before on our team deck. He worked as the FD for Match.com, a great technological resource using a user application just like us, connecting users. Instead of user to user, it's user to brand. So he's got great experience there building it. And technological wise, we're looking for our CTO, and that's what we're hoping that the university can help us with. In this next stage, before we reach our next round of funding, we want to onboard that key founding member, the CTO. And hopefully it will come from our great university again.
Thank you very much, guys. I don't think we've got time for any further questions, so please, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
So if you'd like to mute your microphones, and Dom, welcome back, and hopefully your IT will be up to the standard now. Please, would you like to share your screen and start your presentation? You have 7 minutes from now.
Sure. Yeah, apologies about that earlier. Everything should be fine now. Okay, so my name's Don. I'm the founder of Conigital and CEO. We are on a mission to digitally connect autonomous vehicles to empower mobility for all. I'm going to share with you a very short video.
Welcome to our autonomous vehicle. Bonjour, hola, namaste.
So to summarize, we are a driverless vehicle transport company that can automate any vehicle type and provide transport and mobility operators with operational software to deliver ride-hailing services as part of a mobility as a service offering. We're a team of 30 with staff in the UK, India and Australia, and we were voted a top 10 AI company by Intel and Vodafone and one to watch by TechNation. With limited budgets, a pandemic to deal with, and traffic on the rise, mobility and transport operators are challenged with improving our journey experience whilst going zero emissions, zero accidents, and zero congestion. Our product suite accelerates the introduction and integration of autonomous, connected, electric, and shared vehicles into the existing transport network through affordable vehicle autonomy, a seamless connected journey experiences, and addressing safety and congestion for a climate conscious future. Mobility as service enables seamless travel between different modes of transport and connected services. It's a very complicated API landscape. We enable mobility operators to offer a more seamless and digitally connected experience for their customers whilst generating additional revenue streams through additional add-on services. Whilst in transit, you're able to interact with our concierge service, AI concierge, that will be able to generate news updates, offers, infotainment services, and e-commerce services. Our business model, therefore, consists of 3 different revenue streams: driverless vehicle deployments, a mobility and freight platform, and an interactive journey experience with our travel AI, giving access to a infotainment and e-commerce marketplace. The connected autonomous vehicle market is valued at about 907 billion by 2030. Our addressable market is around the bus and fleet for first and last mile, and this is worth 5.1 billion, of which we see our share of the market to be about circa 500 million. We have product market fit, as validated by some of our competition who have already raised multi-million-pound Series A and B rounds. We are building a far superior product and have a unique approach, and so everything is to play for. Our beachhead markets include airports, cities, and industrial sites, and large campuses, of which we already have live trials in each of these markets. Our route to market is scaling through alliance partners and their global networks. This year, we achieved a significant milestone, securing sales of over 1 million and generating our first annual profit. We are in the process of closing a 2 million seed round, of which we have already £1 million committed. We have a formidable team, multidisciplinary skills, strong advisory board with over 100 years experience between them. We have spent the last 4 years building out our platform with a budget of over 3.5 million to date, consisting of Innovate UK grant and seed investment and commercial sales. We've developed our MVP and are now ready to start deploying our technology at airports, in smart city trials, allowing us to validate our commercial models in order to create a repeatable and scalable blueprint that we can then take to market. We're seeking a bridge round of 2 million, of which 1 million is committed or already, as mentioned. And this is primarily for commercialization of new and existing POCs, of which will be supported through the growth of our team. Thank you very much. And are there any questions?
Thank you, Don. If you'd like to stop sharing your screen, and I'll ask all the panel members if we have any questions. Phil, please go first.
Very impressive presentation, and you've achieved a lot in a short space of time. I first of all was thinking this was about autonomous management of autonomous vehicles, and I guess that'll be part of it in due course. But clearly with Uber and other there is management relating to vehicles that are actually driven by people. So I suppose my question is, I'm just wondering, in terms of customers, how you succinctly differentiate yourself from people who've been doing things like fleet management for a long time. I mean, clearly you're different. You have greater ambition perhaps, and you have a better understanding of the technologies that will enable fleets of autonomous vehicles at some stage in the future. But how do you position yourself in the traditional fleet management market?
So autonomous to optimize a couple of things actually. So from a ride-hailing perspective, if you take Uber, Lyft, for example, these are single operators who don't operate as fleets, and that's what's causing additional congestion into transport networks. So what was thought as a solution has actually caused about 40% more rise in traffic. In terms of our platform, we have our own patented multi-objective optimization algorithm, and this caters not only for autonomous vehicles and the way that they need to move and operate as a fleet, but also enables us to open up this platform up to a mixed user environment. It's really providing fleet operators with the next generation platform and software to be able to manage new mobility services like ride hailing, car sharing, which they don't have today. Most fleet operators are able to track their own vehicles. They're not integrated with onward travel, with other public transport networks. It's just being able to understand where your fleet is at any point in time, and that's it, kind of. Whereas we are able to use our AI to not only understand where your assets are, but also where they need to be based on supply and demand.
Yeah, and I guess another category of customers, as well as the fleet management people who own their own vehicles, are owners of real estate, city managers. How they will how will they organize people so that, fleets, so that there isn't that congestion, so that, so it's that mixture, I suppose, of fleet management independence, but also those responsible for territories. And there would be a separate set of customers.
Absolutely. It's really about understanding, it's treating transport as a single organism, if you like.
Yeah. In the way that it's never been done before, yes.
And yeah, absolutely. And I mean, studies have been done, and they've shown by actually operating as a fleet, you can actually service requirements or demand with far less vehicles on the roads. And that is good for all cities, from a congestion perspective, from an emissions perspective, and so on.
The only problem is there, of course, you'll have some political arguments to factor in, like this is a socialistic way of doing things, and Uber should be there first, and you can't favor Lyft over us. But yeah, no, excellent. No, it's excellent area to be in.
Thank you.
Yes, I can see integrating cities. Transport for London might be interested. A deficit at the moment. Okay. Any other questions at all? I don't see anything pressing. There's nothing in the chat box. Okay, Dom, thank you very much indeed. Okay, so to all contestants, thank you very, very much for your presentations. Again, I'm very impressed by the quality of the presentations and the content, especially the content. The panel will now go and deliberate. I don't think there's any further questions that are pressing that we need to go back to anybody. No, fine. Okay, so the panel will now deliberate. So I'm going to ask all the contestants if they would like to now leave. And a round of applause for everybody. Thank you, Phil, for reminding me. And I think that's an excellent way to start the day. And you will be notified in due course. I can't guarantee it will be today, but please go and have some lunch or whatever it is that your time zone allows you to do. And I look forward to being in touch with you shortly. So thank you once again, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.